everyone, welcome to new lesson. Today's topic is cholinergic drugs. So we're going to learn about what are the drugs, its actions, therapeutical uses and all. So let's get started. First of all, nervous system has two divisions, peripheral and central nervous system. Central nervous system include brain and spinal cord, while peripheral nervous system has somatic and autonomic nervous system. In autonomic nervous system, it has subdivisions like sympathetic nervous system is also called adrenergic and parasympathetic nervous system called cholinergic. So we are dealing with the cholinergic system now in this video. The motor limb of ANS is anatomically divided into sympathetic and parasympathetic. Many organs receive both sympathetic and parasympathetic innervation, and these two are antagonistic in nature functionally. Like parasympathetic actions are it constricts the pupil, increases the salivary production, reduces the heart rate, constricts the bronchia, stimulates the activity on the digestive organs, it constricts the bladder, and stimulates the erection of genital of man and woman. These are the actions of parasympathetic. And while sympathetic actions are opposite to parasympathetic, like it dilates the pupil and inhibits salivary production, dilates the bronchia, raises the heart rate, and like this. And the nerves arising from the brain and spinal cord nerves are sympathetic are from the thoracolumbar region, while parasympathetic arise from the craniosacral region. Neurohumoral transmission. This transmission implies that nerves transmit their message across synapses and neuroeffector junctions by release of chemical messengers. This is called neurohumoral transmission. It has 5 steps that impulse conduction, transmitter release, and transmitter action on post-junction membrane, post-junction activity, termination of transmitter action. But what is the transmitter here in the cholinergic system? It is acetylcholine is a major neurotransmitter in the cholinergic transmission. This is the structure of acetylcholine. Now let's see the synthesis, storage and destruction of acetylcholine. Acetylcholine is synthesized locally in the cholinergic nerve ending by the following pathway. This is the presynaptic neuron and it is the postsynaptic cell, that is effector cell. Choline is actively taken up by the axon terminal by sodium choline cotransporter, and here it is acetylated with the help of ATP and coenzyme A by the enzyme choline acetyl transferase present in the axoplasm. Hemicholinum blocks the choline uptake. This is the rate limiting step in the acetylcholine synthesis and depletes acetylcholine. Most of the acetylcholine is stored in ionic solution within small synaptic vesicles, but some free acetylcholine is also present in the cytoplasm of cholinergic terminals. Active transport of acetylcholine into synaptic vesicles is affected by another carrier which is blocked by the vesamicol. Release of acetylcholine from the nerve terminals occurs in small quantum amount contained in individual vesicles is excreted by exocytosis into synaptic cleft. Now this released acetylcholine has to be bind to the receptors present on the postsynaptic cell. After binding, as soon as it binds, it is destructed by the enzyme acetylcholinesterase into choline and acetate. This is about synthesis, storage and destruction. It is synthesized with the acetyl coenzyme A and a choline, and it is stored in the vesicles, and by exocytosis it is released into the cleft and binds to the receptor in the postsynaptic cell. And after, as soon as it binds, it has to be hydrolyzed by acetylcholinesterase enzyme. This is a destruction of acetylcholine into choline and acetate by the cholinesterases. The cholinesterases are two types, true cholinesterases and pseudocholinesterases. The acetylcholinesterase strategically located at all cholinergic sites and serves to inactivate acetylcholine instantaneously, while butyrylcholinesterase present in the plasma and elsewhere probably serves to metabolize ingested esters. Let's see the cholineceptors. The receptors present in the postsynaptic cell on the effector cells are called cholineceptors. They are of two types. The two classes of receptors for acetylcholine are recognized are muscarinic and nicotinic. The muscarinic receptor is a G protein coupled receptor, while the nicotinic receptor is a ligand gated cation channel. muscarinic receptors have been divided into 5 receptors, 5 subtypes, that is M1, M2, M3, M4 and M5. The first 3 are major subtypes that are present on effector cells as well as on prejunctional nerve and expressed in both in peripheral organ as well as in the CNS. The M4, M5 receptors are present mainly on nerve endings in the certain areas of brain and regulate the release of other neurotransmitters. So let's see the location and functions exactly where they are present. The M1 is majorly present in the gastric glands, CNS, autonomic ganglia. So it is called as a neural receptor. So the functions of M1 receptors in the autonomic ganglia, it depolarizes, and in the gastric glands it increases acid secretion. In CNS it has functions like learning, memory and motor functions. Coming to M2 receptor, it is a cardiac muscarinic receptor. It is present in the atria, connecting tissue of the heart, and it has the functions of cardiac inhibition, that it reduces the heart rate. And M3 receptor is present in the exocrine glands, in the smooth muscles and in the vascular endothelium. The functions are like it increases the secretions of exocrine glands like lacrimation, salivation, mostly symmetric effect. M4, M5 are also present in the CNS, and their actions are it directly regulates the action of calcium and potassium ion channels, and they regulate the dopamine release at terminus within the striatum. And coming to nicotinic receptors, there are also 2 subtypes, NM or N1 and N2 or NN. These are present in the neuromuscular junction, and the N2 receptors are present in the autonomic ganglia, CNS and adrenal medulla. This is the structure of nicotinic receptor, as it has a 5 subunits like 2 alpha, 1 beta, gamma and delta. When acetylcholine binds to domains, that means when acetylcholine is bind to its domains, it gets activated so that the receptor opens the central transmembrane ion and changes the membrane potential or ionic concentration within the cell, and it allows the ions into the membrane. This is the action of the receptors. The subtypes of the nicotinic receptors, their function and location are NM receptors are present in the NMJ, that is neuromuscular junction, that depolarizes the muscle end plate and contraction of skeletal muscle takes place. While NN receptors are present in the autonomic ganglia, it depolarization. In the adrenal medulla, it causes catecholamine release. In the CNS, it causes excitation or inhibition. So its nature is ion channel. The agonist of NM receptor is nicotinine, and antagonists are tuberocouronine. The antagonist for NN receptor is hexomethanium. That means these drugs blocks the nicotinic receptors. This is about the cholinergic system, its receptors and actions. And the cholinergic drugs we'll see in the next video. The link is given in the description. Thank you.